Question. So, how is your relationship with convenience type foods when you're preparing a holiday table? I'm going to talk to you today about some foods that it doesn't matter to me if I use them or not for the holidays, but we'll be back to talk about this in a minute. This is Jan from New York City. Channel name is Jan from New York City. Saves money, and I truly love, love, love helping people keep some more of their own hard-earned money. Could that be you? How you doing today? Hope that this audio video, as always, finds everybody doing well. You know, we have Thanksgiving around the corner. I actually celebrated 2 times. Okay, so it's a different issue for me. Now I want to go over a few convenience foods that honestly I have no problem with. I have no problem using during the holiday season or any time of the year. Now you can always do things to make it more of your own, but you could get the head start with the convenience stuff. Now some people won't go near the convenience stuff. There is no judgment either way. There's no right, there's no wrong way, but I'm just mentioning to you a few of the products that I personally have no problem with. Let me just get my trusty notebook and I will be right with you. So how you doing about the convenience food idea? What do I mean by convenience foods? I mean stuff that's pretty much takes a lot of the guesswork out of what you're doing. But I just want to, before I get into that, I want to mention something about turkey versus chicken versus other things. Okay, many people use turkey because it's part of the tradition of Thanksgiving. I like it. I just happen to enjoy turkey, okay? But that doesn't mean everyone does. And if that's not you, then you don't use it. Just saying, just saying. Now, also, there's various forms of the turkey. Now, I'm going to do the following. Since I'm doing Thanksgiving 2 times, I'm going to have 2 options. One of the Thanksgivings is going to include an oven stuffer roaster. That's to keep costs down, and it's still a poultry, and it still works with the traditional meal. The other one I'm going to do is a boneless turkey breast, okay? Because to be honest with you, I personally, and really people that I know, we tend to prefer that kind of meat. We don't necessarily prefer all the stuff that goes with it, not to mention the mess or whatever. For myself personally, picking up the boneless turkey breast, I got a really, really nice one. It's just the right size. So I'm still getting my turkey, but not necessarily all of the included hassles. Now, like I said, there's no right way or wrong way. What's right for your family is what is right for you. And the oven stuffer roaster type chickens are really, really wonderful. You could get a lot of good bang for your buck. All right, so I have no problem with that. The other thing I have no problem with are canned sweet potatoes or canned yams. Now, don't get me wrong. I do love fresh yams. And yes, I might include a couple while I'm, roasting off the other things, and that's fine. But I give myself permission if I want to use some of those canned yams or canned sweet potatoes. To this minute, I'm still trying to figure out the difference between a yam and a sweet potato, but there is a technical difference. I learned about that a long time ago on one of those cooking shows on TV, but momentarily it escapes me. There is some sort of slight difference. But getting back to the fact that it's a canned item, I have no problem using those canned potatoes in adjunct with some of the fresh ones. I like them both. Again, no problem with it. Instant mashed potatoes, the ones in the pouches. Now, there's nothing easier than those, okay? You can get your flavor of choice. You could figure out by how many people who plan to attend your guest list, and then figure out how many pouches you need. I mean, basically, it's just boiling water and adding pouches. You don't even have to add butter to it. Everything is in there. Talk about a budget saver. But if you much prefer the real deal, and there's nothing wrong with that because the real deal is delish. I love that too. But keep your mind open if you're limited on your time and resources and even money to get those pouches, because that can work within some tight budgets. and you'll be totally fine. Not everybody eats the mashed potatoes. They're, maybe so filling up on other items that some people don't even touch them. So just know your family and know your guests and work with that. Everything people do that works for their family for the holiday is A-OK by me. Next, box stuffing. Now, I remember there was a time that sometimes people would poo poo on box stuffing 20 years ago. Oh, it has to be from scratch. I don't see what the big deal is. Basically, box stuffing is basically dried out croutons with seasoning, and all you're doing is adding. Nowadays, I think you just add water to that too. Maybe water and butter, something like that. Very low ingredients. Again, anything that's less ingredients keeps your budget down, and you know the price right away, and there are no sneak up on you surprises. Next, chicken bouillon cubes versus chicken broth. Now, to me, if you have homemade chicken broth, yay, that's a winner winner. Very nice. But box chicken broth or the one in a can, that tends to be up there. All the time I use throughout the whole year chicken bouillon cubes and turn it into a broth. So for me personally, it makes no difference. I will continue to do that. I don't necessarily have to get the broth that's in a can. Now, once in a great while, that goes on sale, and I might maybe as a treat take one or two, but normally I don't do that. I don't do that because it takes up space and it's much more money, and it's effectively the same stuff. I'm just saying. Um, Canned cranberry sauce. I went over this on another video of mine. I personally have no issue. I like the way it flies or slides out of the can. It looks like the can. That makes me laugh. I think it's cute. So I have no issue with canned cranberry sauce. I used to make canned cranberry sauce from scratch, but that's another thing off my list. Does it get easier than this? Not really. Sort of like a do it by the can holiday festivity table. And it's always successful because it's always going to taste good. All right, frozen crescent rolls. The kind that you pop out from the freezer, the type, those refrigerator rolls. Nothing wrong with that. And the same goes double for the cinnamon rolls. I'm just telling you, pop them out, bake them off. Simple, simple. You don't have to go berserk. And that goes double for those chocolate chip cookies, the kind that you cut. Now, you could always make your own chocolate chip cookie dough, or any cookie dough for that matter, in advance. And just the same way, roll it up, freeze it, slice it up, and use it, just to make everything convenient for the big day. Because sometimes even people that cook like to watch football. Am I right or am I right? I'm just saying. All right, pre-baked pumpkin pies. Now, I'm not talking about the kind that there's only, I'm going to tell the truth. There's only one brand of the frozen pumpkin pies that I love. And for some reason, this year and last year, I could find every other brand but this brand. Let's just say the lady's last name is Smith. I have had tons of trouble with that. So what I do is the next best thing. I could go to my bakery section, okay, in my grocery store, and I already did this. It's already made up. You don't have to bake it. I just put that thing in the freezer, and then the day before Thanksgiving, I just take it down. That's it. Take it down and thaw it out. And can I tell you, it's so far so good. There's been no issues with that. So that's another option. And every once in a while, you might, not necessarily though, you might get a good deal. I'm just saying. Now, to add, here's a strong suggestion, and I do this to add a couple of elements of freshness. And by the way, there's nothing wrong with canned olives. Before I forget, just saying. All right, you can make your own very nice fresh salads. You have a couple of fresh items. Fresh savory garden salad doesn't have to be too fancy. You could have nice fresh fruit salad. So you have a couple of options, or just simply put out in a bowl right after the meal, just some fresh fruit for anyone to take, fruit and nuts. There is absolutely nothing wrong with this feast of all feasts. I have been known to even use frozen concentrate apple juice at my Thanksgiving table because sometimes I had some difficulty finding apple cider. Not always, but on those times when you have difficulty finding the apple cider, you can swap it out. Learn how to like be flexible and use listen to me. I was going to say slop out. No, wake up, Jen. Swap out. No, we don't want to slop up anything. But as you can tell, you don't have to go berserk to put together a holiday table. You don't have to break the bank in order to put together a holiday table. The prepared items, you get the exact price. You don't have to add anything to it unless you want to. Okay, unless you want. And by the way, not everyone likes pumpkin pie either. Sometimes people put out a cheesecake. You could get that box cheesecake mix, the one all done up with everything in it, and literally just put it together. That's very tasty. And you could put some crushed pineapple on top of that. It's very, very quite good. You could keep your bill down and you could have people enjoy their dinner. Just saying, just saying. All right, everybody, I just thought I'd share a few of these items. We need not be afraid, but we need to do more of the following as soon as I find it. Here, I really do appreciate everyone's time. And if I don't say it in the future, but I probably will anyway, I'll say it in advance. Have a wonderful upcoming Thanksgiving Day holiday. No matter what you do, whether you prepare a meal, whether you kick back and just watch football, just enjoy your day and always remember the reason for the day gratitude. It's all about gratitude. Have a great day, everybody, and take good care. Don't forget to click like, share, and subscribe to this channel.